Hello, Neville. Yes, this is your eldest brother, and I know it grieves you to give me my full title, but that's okay, because titles mean nothing. But I come to you from my heart, and I say this to you, the young man that I held in my arms all those years ago when I willingly went without for you. And when I see you today parading and defaming the integrity of all that is sacred, I weep in my soul. And before God, and you tell me that you are Christian, you are churchgoers, I do not doubt that, but if you believe in the same God as I do, and if you hold dear his teaching, then why do you discredit one who does you no harm? Why do you expose your evil deeds the way you have? Why have you paraded our mother without the blessing of our family on YouTube for her to be identified? I did the Takers community without a script. I did it under divine inspiration, and the names given to me were Nevelina and Marilina. They could have meant Semolina, but clearly you recognize something in that. And I thank God that at least you've admitted that both of you are takers. Because if you were not, then you wouldn't have been engaged in a vitriolic attack of slandering and defaming members of your family. I'm not bothered about me. I'm not bothered what you say about me or do to me, because I know that I am loved by God. And I don't hold out any breath for your love, because you've demonstrated the contempt that you have for yourself and your family by what you've done. You've engaged in the most cruel act of barbarity. You have abused an elderly woman of 84. And God will make you pay for that. Because he said to you, Neville, as he says to me every day, whatever you do to the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you do to me. So what you have done with your family and your campaign of hate, you have discredited the meaning of Christian values. And I can understand why Gandhi said, I like your Christ but not your Christians, because your Christians are not like your Christ. What a legacy. But the recent emails naming my father, our father, recently deceased, a man who was good to you, a man who cared for you and gave you a good education, for you to repay his memory like this, isn't evil. It's worse than evil. You, Neville, have sunk to the lowest of the low, and I ask you before God, if there is any ounce of respect for your father, I ask you to make your peace and ask for forgiveness. I forgive you. I forgive you, Neville, but I do not condone the evil that is coming from 53. It's a cesspit. It was as a child for me growing up, and all you're doing is reincarnating what was there. Stop it. In the name of love, stop it. Surrender your heart to truth. Surrender your heart to God. And stop this tirade and this evil campaign of destroying the memories of people we both love. I love my father, and it's in his name I do this. I don't do it for you. My heart feels for you, because you're not a man You're a coward. I had hopes for you with your education and your position as Chief Fire Officer at St. James's, but you wouldn't have had that job, Neville, if it wasn't for another good man. But I love you, and I wish you well. And all I can say are the words of St. Francis to your heart and the heart of your wife and 4 children, who I know are in league with this. May God reward you. May God bless you, because it would seem to me from the emails that you've sent, from the personal messages about my sexuality and sleeping with monks, hip hip hooray, for being a criminal. Yes, I am honest. I have never hidden my past. But have you? You, Neville, need to come to that place. You need to go lower before God can really touch you. And if I get further replies from you or your family using fictitious names, and thank God for technology, because I know where they're coming from. But don't worry, Brother Neville. All the information you have sent me, I have recorded it, it's been collated, and it's been put into a dossier. And when the time is right and I'm instructed by God, I will present that to God, and God will deal with you. You can laugh, you can cry. I have given you this opportunity to make amends. I am not threatening you because I love you. But you have overstepped the mark, Neville, by defaming my father, our father's name. Go into your heart, and if you say you love Christ, if you say you are a Christian, if you say you are a Catholic and who go to church, please don't make a mockery of God. He was crucified once for your sin. Don't let him be crucified again because of your stubbornness, your pomposity, your arrogance and paranoia. Am I making myself clear, Neville? You can go to all the tarot readers and the clairvoyants and psychics, but if you ignore your heart at your peril, God who created you and who loves you with the same love as he loves me, he will deal with you now. Because I've surrendered you and Mary and the children to his love. And I cannot be embroiled in your evil scheme, because it's evil. It's a face of the Antichrist. Don't be fooled. You've pressed all the right buttons to welcome him into your home. No, you have welcomed him into your home when you actually engaged in lies and deceit, when you took our sick mother on oxygen from hospital for a home assessment, a home visit, and used her as your stooge to do your dirty work. In my 38 years of nursing, I have never encountered such depravity, and I'm ashamed that I am your eldest brother. Forgive you, Neville. Go and find God's peace. But remember, I am protected by God's love. You can say what you want. I won't retaliate. This video is a cry to your heart to cease your evil deeds. And those that you've enlisted, cease immediately. Because if you don't, I give you God's word. God will deal with you swiftly, and I shan't be behind it. And you can't use this as incriminatory evidence, because my love for you is still there, and I would never harm you or hurt you. But your evil deeds to our family